Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
In your patience, possess ye your souls. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I said, on the Lord. In your patience, possess ye your souls. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. In your patience, possess ye your souls. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, is pretty much all right, the satanic empire, and the reality check. Now, the reality check is coming, all right, to this modern society and especially modern women, because within this society, if a brother can post Romans 2:11 and Colossians 3:25. All right, because within this society, especially this modern society, women have been hyped up so much that they actually think that they're on the even playing field with a man or above a man. All right, this society has pretty much produced women with the mentality that they are gods, and Esau Edom, he's pretty much created a system where, women, aren't held accountable for their actions. It's offensive, to try to hold a woman accountable, for a woman accountable for her actions in this society. Well, we come to a time where as this place breaks down, all right, there's going to be a completely different energy in the earth, man. And it's going to be a big reality check to everyone, but especially the modern woman who has been living, in this fantasy land, all right, this delusion that they're above judgment, but the scriptures, all right, how about Shema Shai, all right, he is no respecter person, all right, and we're going to get it. Now, this is from the brother GMS, pray always, hope for elect. This is Colossians 3:25. It says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive, all right, for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of person. And then he, all right, is women included. You see, because this society has pushed all inclusive, women, equality. Well, the Most High is going to be equal when he issues out judgment. It's not going to be a respected person. All right, the energy, like Craig on Friday, that's a female. You see, but these women put themselves in these masculine positions, but they don't want the masculine consequences. Well, that's going to change, man. And at the end of the day, we're not here, because it was just some things that I was just reading and coming across, and videos I was coming across as I was reading, and I'm just seeing this pattern in the earth, the energy that's in the earth, and I'm speaking on it, it ain't like, we just sitting here, just getting our rocks off by seeing women, being judged, because I like to see women get in order, you know, because as a, when you think of, when you have a royal mindset, when you think with a ruling class mentality, you would like for a woman to be an asset, to your kingdom, but there's a lot of women, all right, that have made themselves useless, and they're finna get judged, man. You see? But I say, me personally, I love to see women get in order, man. But we know the majority of them are not, and there's gonna be a great reality check. Now, this is the dive girded up Romans 2:11. It said, "For there is no respect of persons, all right, with Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. There's no respect of persons with the Most High, all right. He's gonna judge accordingly, and we in a time where He's finna open up, and the energy in the earth, all right, is changing. So." What I want to do, I want to get an article, and a few clips, you know. Let me get it queued up. All right, and then we're gonna go into all right, this satanic empire, you know. We're gonna deal with this reality check first, man. All right.
The video this morning shows an attack.
Now, I think this was last week sometime. All right.
For everyone that has braces, feel bad for y'all.
It's been just under 2 weeks.
The video this morning shows an attack.
Yeah, so what I'm about to show, pretty much how did Jake get at this woman in the elevator. You can see it's a different energy on Jake, man. You know, it's a different energy, man. Like the line being raised up, man, even on a level of 230, because everybody serves a purpose, man. He's going to utilize these 230 niggas to execute particular judgment as well, man, before they get judged, man. So, all right, we about to see it's a different energy, man. So let me get it.
The video this morning shows an attack inside a subway station elevator. It happened in East Harlem on November 1st, just before 10:30 p.m. The suspect is seen shouting at a woman inside the elevator at the 125th Street Lexington Avenue station. He then punches the 36-year-old victim before forcibly dragging her out and robbing her of $50 in cash. The victim suffered swelling to her face but refused medical attention.
Yeah, as you can see, all right, Jake just had his way. You see, he got that real dominant energy took over, and he just, had his way with him, man. And see, this is going to be the typical case. Like, we finna see, there'll be a lot of women beat back black and blue in this day, because the only thing that's keeping Jake, all right, off Eve is this system. All right, this emergency response system. But as you have all these staff shortages, as you have, people about to die by the masses, and ain't gonna be no emergency response. Eve is gonna be vulnerable as hell. You see, and you see Eve, I don't know what was said. She probably could have humbled down and gave the man the money. All right, but at the end of the day, she swinging and then got destroyed. You know, but this is finna be the norm. Like, this finna be a great reality check. All right, for women in the earth. Now, I got an article, and this is from the UK. Let me get this in the UK. All right. See, is it pulling up? All right. So when you go into it in this situation, all right. Now this is in the UK. Now it said man punches woman in face and fractures her jaw after she refuses to give him her number. Now let's get the article. It says police are hunting for a man who punched a woman in the face and fractured her jaw after she refused to give him her number. The 21-year-old spent several days in hospital following the attack. All right, during a night out in London's West End. Yeah, all these nights out, you know, this energy, because the woman of this Western society, pretty much, has a very careless mind frame, out drunk, little skirts on and all right, talking shit, pretty much because they know it's a system, it's a hedge around them within this system, you know. But see, the hedge is breaking down. All that late night and going from bar to bar and, scavenging off men, all these, that's gonna come to an end. You see, it said the victim had left a nightclub with a female friend in the early hours of November 1st when they were approached by a man near Piccadilly Circus who was very flirty and attempted to get their phone numbers, police said. And then that's these games that the modern women play is they'll go out with these provocative outfits, get drunk, all right, get nice, and then they go out just to turn men down. Like, it's women that go out just to turn men down. You know, that's their whole thing because I guess it does something to their ego. But they put themselves in these situations and then play the victim. You know, now I'm not condoning, all right, you brothers, to just start checking Eve jaw. All right, and Target, you're not saying that, but I'm just, commentating on what's going on. I condone it. All right, brothers just go wild out, uppercutting Eve, you know, you know. Well, it says the pair. It says the pair. Now this the point. It says the pair. These the women pretended that they were girlfriends in an attempt to get the man to leave them alone. And us as men, we had that happen before. Women tried to turn us and say, "Oh, this my girlfriend." They play all these goddamn games. You see, it said the pair pretended they were girlfriends in an attempt to get the man to leave them alone, but he allegedly made a homophobic remark and punched one woman in the face, knocking her to the ground and fracturing her jaw. Yeah, so they made, they reference as if they was, lesbians. All right. And the spirit jumped on the Jake. All right, demon jumped on that nigga for judgment, man. All right, there was a punch of judgment, man. You see, playing them lesbian games, man, and she got that jaw broke, man. You know, And say it's going to be the Most High is going to make a statement that the way He created men and the way He created men, there's a big gap. All right, and the Most High is finna make that known in the earth, man. That there's a huge gap between men, all right, and women. You see, a reality check, man, because a lot of women live what in a false reality, a false perception. They actually think they can go toe to toe. You know, they think they got it made. All right, we finna see. You know, I got one more. Get this from the brother. All right, this GMS prayer. Always hope for elect. It says this Isaiah 32:9 says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughter. Give ear unto my speech." You see? And see, women have been so careless. Why? Because has, they have pretty much a mutual protection from this society. All right, you got the police force, you got simp niggas, you got everyone that's gonna come to their aid, even if they're in the wrong. And so this narrative has made them very careless, man. You know, that's a female. See, that energy finna be through. All right, that's not finna matter in the time to come. It's just gonna be judgment, especially when this thing breaks down, man. And it's a very primitive, atmosphere. All right, women gonna be through. So I got one more, dealing with this, and then we're gonna segue. All right. Now this happened, within the classroom, and let me catch up. All right, and you had the Jake, go to Eve. You see, and when you pay attention to the energy Jake coming in, man, Jake coming in a very dominant energy. So let me play this. This is gonna take a second for it to load.
This weekend, luxury carpet is on sale for $199 a square foot installed. 0% financing available up to 60 months on Mohawk flooring. This weekend at Dolphin Carpet and Tile.
Get it right.
A brutal beating caught on camera in the classroom.
A male student punching a female student and slamming her to the ground, you see there at Coral Springs High School. And that's where we find Local 10's Bridget Matter, live now with what...
Calvin, this video is extremely hard to watch. I've learned from police, they are looking into possible charges on one or both of these students. We want to warn our viewers, it's distressing to watch.
This violent cell phone video is circulating on social media. The fight is between a male student and a female junior ROTC student in a Coral Springs High School classroom Wednesday. The male student not only throws a punch, but it looks like he's spitting on the girl here while she's knocked to the ground. Then it appears he stomps on her cell phone. The classroom chaos escalates here. The girl is hit with force before she's slammed to the ground. Here, another angle, a staff member trying to get things under control. Broward County Schools issued this statement, which reads in part, school staff intervened to bring the situation under control. There are no reports of injury. The school district does add appropriate disciplinary action will be taken.
And as of tonight, no charges have been filed, but police say they are conducting witnesses. We expect an official report by the end of this week.
Yeah, the fight is between a
Now, what I want to show, because pretty much when you look at the video, I'm gonna show this part where pretty much Eve is, aggressively going toward Jake. And that's when Jake, show her what it is. And see, Eve, this little young Eve, she walked up to Jake in this masculine energy. But when she felt that power, all right, that shit disappeared quick, instantly. All right, she curled up. And then Jake is in this dominant energy. You see how Jake just walk off, like a young lion. And you had the hallway was full of teachers, but they ain't want to come in there, man. You see, they couldn't, and Jake got a cast on his arm. You see, yeah, I'm telling you, it's a different energy, man. Jake sick of this shit, man. Cause Jake been a punching bag for the society for a long time, man. For a long time, Jake has been a punching bag for this society. But see now, all right, it's finna change, man. Jake, you finna see Jake snap. It's finna be a major reality check in the earth, man. All right. They still, they still Israelite men. There's a lot of them through, you know. Some of them might get it at the end, but these still Israelite men, and these men finna snap. All right. So I'm gonna play it. I want to play that part again. All right. Look how Jake walk off, man. Like shit. And Jake be ready to take on the earth, man. When the thing about when Jake snap, he be ready to take on the earth, man.
Male student and a female junior ROTC student in a Coral Springs High School classroom Wednesday. Male student not only throws a punch, but it looks like he's spitting on the girl here while she's knocked to the ground.
Now pay attention to how this little Eve, all right, she's pretty much gonna run up on Jake, but when he hit her with that left hook, all right, and that rock bottom, all right, that when she first get punched, watch how her whole energy change. Cause I guess she probably yapping off at the mouth, all this hoorah talk, and when Jake started getting on the ass, and none of her homegirls helped. The teacher, he halfway scared. This the male teacher, the female teacher, they all in the hallway. All right. So they pay attention to this part when she run up on him.
Then it appears he stomps on her cell phone. Classroom chaos escalates here. The girl is hit with force before she's slammed to the ground. Here, another angle. Staff member trying to get things under control. Broward County Schools issued this statement, which reads in part, school staff intervened to bring the situation under control. There were no reports of injury. The school district does have appropriate disciplinary action will be taken. And as of tonight, no charges have been filed, but police say they are conducting witnesses. We expect an official report by the end of this week. In Coral Springs,
So there you have it, man. All right. This ain't the time that, for women, this ain't the time to be, on that hoorah shit. You get your jaw broke. All that yapping, hey, get your jaw disassembled. Hey, like I say, the way men have been shitted on in this society, hey, there's some pent up frustration there, man. All right, and you just wait till this emergency response breakdown, man. When that don't exist anymore, all right, it's gonna get bad. You see, now what I want to segue to now, is dealing with this satanic empire, because what we've been seeing ever since the the incident with Astro World, all right, dealing with Travis Scott. Now, it's becoming all right, clear, all right, that this man is coming in the energy of Satan. All right, it's becoming very evident, that this man is coming in the energy of Satan, man. All right, and this man is showing the earth what he's truly about, and what's happening is you having all these people responding to it, saying, giving their account what they was feeling, it couldn't breathe, anxiety. Well, this is a Satan's kingdom, man. This is the kingdom that you people stood in line and voted for. This is the kingdom, all right, that you people are fighting to get back to normal, man. It's a satanic empire, and see, he's taking it to a whole nother level. All right, Esau Edom is taking this thing to a whole nother level with his wickedness, man. So I got a few videos I want to play, just to go into it, man. All right, so let me cue these up, and then whatever precepts brother got, dealing with, this satanic kingdom, you can bring it out, man. I want to start off. All right, now this is the brother. All right, out of London. His video. This is elder brother required quorum out of London. I said it a lot. He's gonna go into it to some particular things, dealing even with the aspect, of sex. You see, like a lot of things that we were taught, that we was exposed to coming up, these go back to satanic rituals, man. These different sex acts that we seen coming up. All right, because Esau had us freaky as hell, man. We was exposed, to porn at a very young age. All right, exposed, in high school, flipping girls and all that. We was exposed to some madness, man. When you go into it. All right, we was exposed to a lot of things, man. Let's get let me share the screen. All right, let's see. Now let's get this from the brother Yashima Tribe of Judah before we play the video. This is on Yashima Tribe of Judah, 2nd Ezra 15:6. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Yeah, this man's, wicked influence on the earth, all right, has filled the earth with wickedness, man. All right. When you go to verse 7, it says, "Therefore, thus said the Lord," all right. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. All right, the innocent and righteous blood cry out unto me, and the souls, all right, of the just complain continue. And this is where we at now. You see, this is where we at now, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is hearing the complaints, of, all right, that remnant of Israel, man, that elect, because we're crying out against this place, man. This society is completely adverse to who we are, man. This society is getting beyond the point, of just your common wickedness, man. This man is trying to turn this place, all right, into Satan's empire, all right, in every aspect, man. And that's why I made the lesson that Esau done with Christianity, man. Christianity was just a stepping stone to get you to Satanism, man. It had nothing to do with the Bible. That's why Christians don't know what the Bible is talking about, because it had nothing to do with the Bible. It was a stepping stone to get the masses into Satanism, man. The whole do as thou wilt spirit, accept and love everything. The old way is done away with. That's all Christianity was about, man. All right. So let's play this video, and he's gonna go more into the sexual aspect, of Satanism, man. All right. Let me
of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts. All right, people would be shocked if they truly understand the level of witchcraft and spells that they are subject to on a daily basis. You have to understand that this entire society works based off witchcraft. Okay, and these people are very keen into their sciences. They're keen into their numerology. They're keen into their astrology. They're keen into everything. They use every advantage they have. They name their companies after certain gods. They do the rituals. Okay, this is something which is a cult, which is done behind closed doors, and it's also done in broad daylight. But because they use symbology, people don't realize it. A lot of these TV programs, it's massive rituals and witchcraft happening. You know, especially when you get to these big events, the MTV Awards, and now it's becoming more and more obvious. You know, now it's becoming more and more obvious. Like they're not even trying to hide it too tough. Yeah. And as you notice, the longer it goes on, the more they're pushing what transgenderism, the more they're pushing LGBT, because that's a major component of witchcraft, right? You go into Aleister Crowley and the OTO and the Philemic, you know, where is he? Yeah, sex. There we go. Sex magic, the Order Templi Orientis, right? And this guy Aleister Crowley, like I said in the last video, he was doing the most. You can go and read up on about it, man. This guy was doing a lot of sickness. In fact, he had a cottage here in the UK where him and a bunch of followers went there to live and to perform all these rituals. And by the end of it, like all of them left him because they all got STDs. And listen, this guy was into some real sickness. Like these people are sick. But then look at society as it is now. What do we see? The society is being transformed into the same thing, right? All this sexual depravity. If you look at porn, right, a lot of these porns that they're creating now, the makers of these porns are witches and warlocks, so they push a lot of sexual rituals in the porn. So you'll see a lot of porn with incest titles. So in the porn now they push incest, they pushed anal sex, they push humiliation, right? So you will have sex acts where the guys, like, you know, you got to come in the woman's face, which that's this the whole semen like, trust me, you know, spitting on people and vomiting and like, you know that what they call it, ghetto gaggers and all that stuff. Like a lot of that porn is basically externalization of the hierarchy. Okay, a lot of it is a lot of the same things you'll see them doing in these rituals, you know, humiliation tactics. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. It's not normal. People, like a normal person wouldn't engage in sex in that way. But they put it in these porns because they want to push it out to the people and normalize it and get people to basically start performing these rituals without even knowing it. You know, spitting on your, like, why the hell would you? I mean, I don't get it. Why would you have your woman throwing up on your gagging until the point she throws up on your balls or something? What the hell? Why would you want to smell vomit? While I don't, yeah, but again, it's that feel they're making something. I mean, sex ain't the cleanest of acts. Let's just keep it real. But god damn, like they're making it extra dirty, man. But again, it's all about what Alice Bailey called the externalization of the hierarchy. So they take these rituals that they perform behind closed doors and they find a way to introduce it to society and normalize it. And so porn is one of the ways they can introduce a lot of the sex magic to society and normalize it. You know, like even the whole thing about eating booty and shit. Ultimately, that they used to call that the kiss of the devil. That's how you greet. There was an old thing. That's how you greet the Satan. When you meet Satan and you greet him, you're supposed to kiss Satan on the anus. Like, so there's a lot of things that they be pushing that people think it's just come from nowhere. It ain't just come from nowhere. This stuff is deeply rooted in the occult, deeply rooted. Like, so much. I mean, I could speak on it for days. The amount of things that's just around us constantly that is deeply rooted in the occult. But anyway, yeah, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
And so you see, all right, as the brother was going into the elder brother, required quorum, it's the brother out in London. If you're not subscribed to his channel, GMS Fear the Most High Ba, all right, hey, subscribe, very intelligent brother, very, informative, on his lessons, that's, like I always say, him and Elder Ariala, the one that those two brothers are the two that inspired me, to get into geopolitics. I was amazed at how they was able to, tie in, geopolitics to the scriptures and prophecy, But I say very intelligent brother. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and be edified. I post a all right, that's the link to that video. You can watch that whole video, and then he has another one on there, going to certain things as well, going to Satanism, and how it's intermingled in this society. But yeah, as you see, a lot of, the things that we, look at as normal, and having sex now, is really, all right, goes back to some type of ritual, man, humiliation, some type of enchantment, you see, because we know everything was made with a purpose, man. The thing about Satan is he wants to remix the purpose of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, the things that he, the thing that the Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah created in the beginning, he wants to remix everything, because the scripture tells what to be fruitful and multiply. All right. But when you look into the porn industry, what it's pretty much about wasting semen. You have the pleasure of sex, but then you waste the semen. But the whole purpose, of sex was to be fruitful and multiply. Now we in these times now we be wise, we don't be over righteous, just go have, 7 babies this year. We be wise in our situation. In the kingdom, we're gonna fully go back to that though, man. Because when you look at the mind frame of the ancient world, when you go to Genesis, all right, 16 and this is Genesis 16:1. It says, now Sarai, Abraham's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abram, behold, now the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah have restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my handmaid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarai. So it wasn't, all right, sex wasn't a thing of pleasure, She didn't make this suggestion, based on, Abraham having pleasure with her handmaid, because right now, what's popular in nigga culture? My girl got a girlfriend. You see, no, she, all right, gave Abraham, her handmaid to bear seed, because Abraham was a man of substance. You see, it was for him to bear seed. Now, did Abraham have pleasure? Of course, sex is a pleasurable act. You see, but there's an emphasis on the pleasure in this society and not an emphasis on legacy, as we always go into. You see, so the act of sex was what meant for it in the household. Yeah, pleasure came with it. Of course, it's very pleasurable. Of course, you get excited when you see the curves of a woman. That's how it's supposed to be, But the way this society taught us about sex was pretty much, they put emphasis on the pleasure, and it diminished, the forwarding of households. You know, that's why a lot of this porn that we've seen coming up was about what, wasting semen. You know, so let's get another one. All right, this is book of Genesis 30:1. It says, and when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in the Most High stead, who have withheld, all right, from thee the fruit of thy womb? And she said, behold, my maid Bala, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. So sex, all right, is a function of humanity, but what was it for, man? It was for the purpose of bringing, forth seed, all right, to forward the household of men, all right, that forwarded the prosperity of, all right, the nation. You see, all right. Just like the brother put, Yashima tribe of Judah, it said this Psalms 127:3. It says, lo, children, all right, are inheritors of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, and the fruit of the womb is his reward, But this society is so satanic now, all right, that you dread, bringing children into this society, man. And that's why, we pray for the downfall of this place, man. What scripture say, the meek shall inherit the earth. And we're going to be able to be fruitful and multiply in a righteous setup, man. We want to be fruitful, all right, and multiply, in a righteous setup. If a brother can get Isaiah, and I say me personally, I can't wait to have big families, man. I can't wait to get back into their true family, dynamic, where everyone's is within their role, man. Not just having sex for the pleasure aspect, but for also bringing forth legacy, man. Forwarding legacy in the earth. All right. If a brother can post Isaiah chapter 11, verse 4 and 5 and 6. Yep. Isaiah chapter 11, verses 4, 5, and 6. All right, so our brothers get there, I'm gonna cue up this other video.
How often do you think about your poop? Some people think about their poop a lot, others not so much. Did you know that every time that you pay a visit to the porcelain throne, your poop is trying to tell you something?
This is a call.
All right. Now this is the brother by Young Yasha Allah. All right. And then the brother can also put 2 Samuel 7:10. Let's get that out too. This is by Young Yashala, Isaiah 11:4. It says, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor. And this is speaking of Yahweh Shai, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. Because the scripture says the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth. And that's their judgment, All right, when he comes in those chariots, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. So we see this satanic empire, but see, within the gospel, it speaks about an overthrow of this satanic empire. You know, where we will be able to go back to the joy, you know, of everything, man, the true purpose of everything, and still we're gonna enjoy the pleasures with it. You know, because everything's going to go to a whole nother level. Like, we know we're going to experience everything we experience now on a whole nother level in the kingdom, man. You know, because pleasures are not wicked. It's the way that Esau Edom, you know, has promoted it in the earth, man. You see? All right. It says verse 5, and it says, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness, all right, the girdle of his reins. Verse 6, and it's the point. It says, the wolf also shall deal with the lamb, all right, shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion, all right, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. You see that? And a little child shall lead them. You see? So our children gonna be in good case, man. Not in this society where you're in a constant state of worrying, about the child, because you have children, but then you got these mandates coming out. Then you got this society, they exposed to so much wickedness on a daily basis. You got constantly monitor them, try to shield them from these wicked influence. It's not gonna be the case, man. We're gonna be able to have everything and enjoy it in peace, man. And we should be looking forward to that, man. All right. Now, this is all right, brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. All right, this 2 Samuel 7 and 10. It said, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them that they may dwell, all right, in a place, all right, of their own. You see? And move no more, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time. So this is what we're coming into, man. We're gonna get our land back. All right, we're gonna get, we're gonna start to reign in the earth. We're gonna get the Israelite men is gonna, get back into that legacy of rulership, and passing their rulership down, to their offspring. You see? That's what we're coming to, man. The children of the wicked, which is Esau Edom, is not going to have authority to afflict us anymore. And eventually he's going to be done away with, man. So now we finna go into pretty much the satanic, aspect of the music, which we know this music is satanic as hell. All right. But music is not wicked. It's just the way Esau uses it, man. It's just the way that Esau Edom uses music that makes it wicked, man. Let me get a few precepts dealing with that. Because we had music in our culture, man. We had singers, But I'm gonna let it play, and then we're gonna get all the precepts dealing with music. And if a brother could post that precept on how David played the harp, and got them demons off Saul.
All for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is a very important video. I know I might say that a lot lately, but you're definitely going to want to see this and play a game with me called Connect the Dots. I'll throw it over to Hollywood Creeper, Pee Wee Herman.
Connect the dots, la 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 la. Connect the dots, la 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 la. Hey.
Yeah. Hollywood's favorite creep, Pee Wee Herman. Thank you for the Connect the Dots song. I wanted to put that in there. So, anyhow, I'll go, right? Look, we all know an event that occurred very recently. Concerts are cool, right? People love going to concerts. For many, many years, I've talked about the dangers of music. With witchcraft, I've shared things, I've showed things. Obviously, a lot of you heard John Todd's testimony about witchcraft and music and spellbinding. I've talked about backmasking, and I'm going to show you two things here. I'm going to start with a really cool science experiment that somebody recently did, because I've been following all of this stuff with this really neat scientific compound known as graphene or graphene oxide. I've been following it because science is so cool. I want to show you now the effects that graphene and what it does with music.
Today I'm going to show you how to make the survival food that saved America during the Great Depression. It's long-lasting without refrigeration and packed full of calories and healthy fats your body needs.
Now, what I want to speak on real quick is how, they talk about this graphene. Now, a lot of these truthers say, that graphene is within, all right, the juice. A lot of truthers, are coming out and saying that this graphene is in the juice, and they're showing you how graphene reacts, all right, to music, man. All right, this man is up to some wickedness, man. All right, this is a horrible time. Trust this man. You got leaders in Israel tell you go ahead, man. All right.
Wow. Crazy, right? It dances around, it moves. Now, why is that, you ask? Well, this is another episode of A Call for a Science Guy. It does because of the radio frequencies, the magnetic field. And I'm going to show you a very important clip. Now, the clip I'm going to show you features in the beginning very important part by XXX Temptation. Forget how to even say his name at this point. I covered him many times. I believe he's somebody who has perished, but he makes a very good point talking about music, frequencies, and controlling the mind. Now, you just saw how graphene can react to music. Now start piecing things together about large crowds at venues and music being used at loud frequencies. I do want to put a disclaimer in that David Icke is in this video, and I would have edited him out because I don't support David Icke. I never have. I don't really support some of the stuff he said in regards to claiming to be, our king, so I can't support anyone who says something like that. However, everybody knows that a lot of these guys still give some truths out. This video that somebody put together is the best that I've seen as far as radio frequency goes and understanding the mind, and he is featured in the video. So I just want to put a disclaimer in there that I'm not supporting him. I'm not saying go to his channel or anything like that or buy his books, but he is in the video. So listen to this and focus on what it says. Focus on the messaging with radio frequencies and your mind, because every one of you has listened to music, likely still listen to music, and you need to understand what they can do using frequencies.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. if you can broadcast frequencies carrying information, this technology has long been known, carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes information, the brain will decode those frequencies and will have those perceptions. You can externally influence people's perceptions externally by broadcasting these frequencies that we interact with because we are antenna.
The sad reality is that where we now play our music is in A440. Where did that come from? It used to be 417. A440 came in with the Roman Catholic Church. They suppressed the frequencies. They lost somehow the 152 of the best Gregorian chants, including the hymn to St. John the Baptist, which we've now recovered. That particular hymn was what triggered Dr. Palaio's investigation, looking for those frequencies of vibration by which the music was played. It was known as the most uplifting hymn of all the ages, the most spiritually uplifting hymn. Hymn to St. John the Baptist. It was played to 6 tones. These are those 6 tones. These are those 6 frequencies. And so the A440 is what now is the standard tuning. If you go A439, you're closer to one of the Creator's tones. If you go A441, you're closer to one of the Creator's original tones. That's how precisely it has been manipulated. To do what? To shut down the 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain that operates the heart mind to the divine human community.
Some decades ago, there was a guy who worked out the frequencies of different emotional states. This is long ago. I mean, it's very, very sophisticated now. So every thought, every emotional response is a frequency. It generates a frequency, and it is of itself a frequency. Hate is a frequency, and it's different to love. You know, when you are in a room and there's lots of aggression and conflict,
I've never felt so close to the possibility of disclosure. The Nephilim, the giants, you can't.
Conflict and hatred, you feel it. What do people say? Oh God, you can cut the atmosphere with a knife in there. That is because the frequencies of hate and conflict have been so generated, they have changed the electromagnetic field of the room.
When you go driving your car and your channel on the radio is tuned to a station and you're grooving to the music, you love that music. As you get farther and farther away from the broadcasting tower, that music gets static. You start to lose the signal from the clear channel, broadcast, and it gets staticky. When it gets staticky, you get a little annoyed. But you want to listen to it. You really have a heart for that music, so you continue to listen to it for another 10, 15 miles, and suddenly it becomes so annoying that you just get disgusted. You go, ah, and you shut it off. And if you continue to listen to it, you get sick. That's what we're talking about here. Except you don't even know that you've been listening to the static your whole life. You don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept.
Of course, to really be effective, we need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception, so they can go directly into the subconscious.
They can play across a community these frequencies without anyone knowing, and it starts to have an effect, and it starts to build rage, it starts to build anger, and people might not realize why they're feeling it, but they start to feel it. And then what they do is they trigger that with an event. Maybe some guy is attacked by the police or something, or somebody's arrested for something they didn't commit, and now there's the trigger. The blue touch paper has been lit of this manufactured frequency-driven rage, and you have mass riots and what have you, and people do things that they wouldn't normally do.
So in other words, the master composer, master conductor of the Universal Orchestra is singing love songs in 5/8, uplifting everything simultaneously. And we're the only species out of tune and accepting static for the clear channel.
Do you know that the American military, they've admitted this. They have technology that fires frequencies at the enemy that basically breaks the enemy's spirit so they give up and put their weapons down. This is the technology we're dealing with.
And there you have it, man. All right, this music, is used, all right, to push, different frequencies and give out instruction. That's why, first music was an art, now it has become a lifestyle. They say art imitates life. Well, now we're seeing a life what imitate art. The things that was being rapped about, Jake really wasn't doing those things at one point. But now, all right, this is the norm. Just like even with the porn, people wasn't doing all those different things, that you've seen, on the porn. But now that's the norm now. Just like with this music, the narrative of that music now, all right, is being played out in reality. That's why, and see with these frequencies, what Esau Edom is able to do, with that with the music, it puts you in the trance. It puts you in a slight trance. And once you're in that trance, now you're receiving the instructions from those words, and then those words, we play it backwards, it's saying one thing, it's saying something different. So people are being programmed, it's like a crypto program, like a hidden program, you know. That's why the scripture tell you be mindful, of what you indulge in, man. Now, when you go to Job 33 and 15, it says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep fall upon men and slumbers upon the bed, because when you're asleep, you're like in the state of hypnosis. And see, Esau Edom is trying to duplicate this on the left-hand side. Then he opening the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. And that's what Esau Edom, is doing on the left-hand side with music, man. Like I say, he puts you in like this slight hypnosis with the music, and then what? The words that are going over the music is the message, that's penetrating that subconscious, and what? It gets you from your purpose. All right. Well, that's why you think now women, look at women, all right, they have diverted from their purpose as being mothers and wives. Why? Because that's not being rapped about. What's a rapper? What hot rapper? You go to the 10 hottest rapper, which one of them are speaking about women being wives and mothers? You go to the female rappers, which one is speaking of them being wives and mothers? You see, that is not happening. So that purpose, or that they was intended to do, where Esau Edom has utilized music to divert them from their purpose. Just like with men, not all men. Now you got majority, all right, of Jake that's in that spirit of what? Street culture, thug culture. All right. Because Jake is not rapping about, taking care of the house, making wise decisions, not getting into all these altercations. You see, Jake is not teaching responsibility and all these things. No, Jake, all right, is rapping that hoorah, that wild shit over these beats. And that's what Jake is being instructed to do. All right, which is the purpose of an Israelite man was to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. So Esau Edom has weaponized, music to get people off their purpose, man, and get in tune with his purpose. All right, that's why when you go, because music, can be used for good. All right, when Esau has utilized it for wickedness. Now this is the brother Yashima tribe of Judah, 1 Samuel 16:22. It says, and Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. All right, verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul, that David took a harp and played with his hand, and Saul was refreshed, all right, and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. You see? So there's a music that can be healing. You know, music can be used for healing, man. Music, the purpose of music, you know, wasn't to put demons on you. All right, but Esau utilized it. All right, everything that's for good, this man turned into, you know, wickedness, man. You know, because music, that's a part, you know, of what we did. Even when you go into 2 Samuel chapter 6, and this is when David, you know, was going to get the ark, you know, to bring it to Zion. And we read, all right. Now, this is 2 Samuel 6:1, and it says, and David gathered together all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people that were with him from Baali of Judah to bring up from thence the ark of the Most High, whose name is called by the name of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that dwelleth between the cherubims. And they set the ark of the Most High upon a new cart and brought it out of the house of Abinadab, all right, Abinadab that was in Gibeah, and Uzzah and Ahiah and the sons of Abinadab drave the new cart, and they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was at Gabah, occupying the ark of the Most High, and Ahiah went before the ark. And it says, and David and all the house of Israel played before the Lord Yahweh on all manner of instruments made of fire, wood, even harps and psalteries, and on the timbers, and on the cornets, and on the cymbals. Yeah, so it was a live band. You see, it was a live band, you know, accompanying the ark, you know, and it was a pleasing song. It was a pleasing music, you know, and they was rejoicing. So music is part, you know, of our culture. You know, we heavily, you know, invested into music, but Esau has turned into wickedness, you know, and that's why even now, as the brother put up, Yasha'Allah 144, this is Psalms 105 and 2, sing unto him, sing songs unto him, talk ye all of his wondrous works. See, our music is supposed to be about the wonderful works of Yahweh by Shem Al Shah, uplifting his greatness, man. You know, not boasting on ourselves and, you know, all these different things. No, songs are supposed to be about his greatness. And see, that's why what we're doing now, we're singing, all right, the new song. And see, these words that are coming out, like the Most High got this thing, you know, mapped out. Like Esau on the left hand and his frequency and his words and everything that he's doing, you know, puts a particular vibration in the earth. Well, the way that these words are lined up and the way, you know, that these words are spoken is pushing out another type of frequency, man. You see, and that's why Esau Edom, he has to turn up his knob, you know, because he can feel on the right hand side that there's a frequency that's resisting what he's putting out, man. You know, so yeah, this man, you know, has weaponized music, man. It's very satanic, you know. I say, you brothers, you know, you sisters, you listen to what you want to listen to. Be mindful, man. You know, I just say be mindful, be wise. You know, I like to listen to a lot of jazz, a lot of Japanese lo-fi. You know, meditation music sometimes. You know, then I like blues and old school. You know, down here in the South, you know, we want that blues tough. You know, but you know, to each his own. You know, just be mindful. You know, of what you listen to, what you're letting your spirit digest, man. You know, I got one more thing I want to show. You know, just to show you how satanic, you know, is getting. I got one more article I want to get. All right. All right. Now, this is going into, all right, a new, all right, horror movie. Now, when you go into it, it says, this new horror movie is so insane, people are fainting in theaters. You see, this new horror movie is so insane, people are fainting in theaters. It says, director Julia, all right, D'Arcona, extremely buzzy new Titan movie got a screen at the Sydney Film Festival in recent days, and let's just say the film garnered a pretty extreme reaction from some audience members, to the extent that a number of them fainted and at least one having a panic attack. That's according to news reports as well as tweets from attendees who shared the events with an understandable degree of shock. When the last time, it said, when's the last time you experienced something like this in the audience at a horror movie screening, if ever? No wonder this is one. I said, no wonder this one has already been dubbed by critics one of the most shocking films of the year. But more than, but more on that in just a moment. All right. So it said 13 people fainted, others walked out, and there was one, said to have a panic attack, man. This man is opening up some new portals. He's bringing the things that they were doing, these rituals that they were doing in secret. He's bringing them out. You see, this man is bringing, all right, these rituals out, man. He's showcasing what he's about in the earth, man. Brother can put that, Mark 4:22. But this man, he's all out with it, man. This man know if he got a short time. All right. When the scripts say he gonna come down with wrath, Esau he's in his bag of wickedness, man. He deep in his bag. And it says, as reported by the UK's Express newspaper website, at least 13 people, all right, fainted during the Sydney screening. More than a dozen other people walked out, perhaps too shaken by what they were seeing. One viewer reported, as shown in the tweet above, that some people in front of him passed out, while a young lady beside him is the one who experienced a panic attack. According to the Express, the director has said she felt a lot of anger while working on this film, which you can read more about at the end of the post. It said Trump had just been elected, D'Arcona said, and the world was not a happy place. I was very pessimistic about the future and about a society that has no room for fluidity, transformation. You see that? And that's why the main thing of the alphabet community that's on the forefront is what? The trans. You see? Transition to what? Satanism. All right. And for change, all right, and inclusiveness, there was also a desire for metal and skin that I can't really explain. Now this is crazy as hell. There was also a desire for metal and skin that I can't explain. It's pretty much merging, men with technology, people with technology. That's another, agenda of Satan, call himself going beyond what is merging people with his, technology. All right. So um all right, I'm gonna read this. All right, it says, as noted above, meanwhile, Titan has previously been called the most shocking film in 2021, and multiple reviews I've come across seem to encapsulate the degree to which early critics feel their way. It says Vulture Nate Johns, all right, for example, marveled at how his whole way home from the movie, I noticed my teeth were chattering from adrenaline. They've only just stopped. So he said his whole way home from the movie, his teeth were chattering, man. You know, this man is opening up portals, man. All right, he's putting heavy demons on people, man. You know, it said from what's come out about the movie so far, it features a character named Alexia who's in a bad car crash as a young girl. The titanium, that's what's all right. Her head is fitted with a titanium plate as a result of the accident, and it's just more merging man with machine. It said from there it gets super nightmarish. As a woman, she becomes attracted to machines in addition to killing people along the way. Just how bizarre does her attraction to machines get? Well, at one point she has sex with a car and is impregnated with a baby that's half human and I guess half car. And instead of milk, she lactates black oil. If this sounds up your alley, the film got picked up for distribution in the U.S. All right, in the U.S. to get old U.S. survey, but just forewarned that some people in the audience are apparently losing consciousness while watching it, man. This is where this man is going. This is what all right, he coming with it, man. You know, this man is finna come with it. This man ain't finna keep playing around, you know, with these different little mandates and, you know, all these different things. No, this man is coming with it now, man. All right. Now, when you go to this brother by Young Yasha'Allah, Mark 4:22, he said, for there is nothing here which shall not be manifested, neither was there anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. And this man's rituals and his secret counsels and what he's about is coming abroad. That's why I say he's done with Christianity. This is what Esau is on now. All right. He's done with Christianity. And pretty much Christianity disarmed the masses, you know, and speaking to you Israelites, you know, he disarmed you from your power. He with Christianity, he detached you farther and farther and farther away from your power as he's doing this in the background, you know. And now that he's bringing this forth, if you're not covered by Yahweh, by Shema Shai, if you haven't been called into the marvelous light of the true gospel, all right, then you're done. You see, and brother can post that in 1 Peter 2:9. All right, and then we get that in Colossians. That's Colossians. You know, I always get it, but you know, that's the point. Yep, get Colossians chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. You know, and there's some more precepts I know, brother. I put. So this is the kingdom of Satan, man. All right, and you know, people been playing around, you know, marching for peace, man. This is Satan's kingdom. All right, that nigga ain't studying no peace, man. All right, he's just getting started. This is brother Yashima tribe of Judah, 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Yeah, so we're seeing the wicked being revealed. He's revealing himself and what he's about, man. All right, but the prophets are here consuming this man. All right, this word is consuming him. That's why he's doing desperate measures now. That's why he like, the hell with it. Just come out. We just gonna do rituals openly. We just gonna sacrifice openly. All right. The whole Astro World event, that was just an open sacrifice, man. Look, we finna do these things openly, man. You know, because he's being consumed. But see, it's gonna lead and says and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's gonna be through Yahweh Shai. All right. So everything is playing out before, all right, Yahweh Shai returns. Everything that the scriptures say would be happening is happening before the return of Yahweh Shai. All right, this 2 Thessalonians 2:9. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. Who else could this be, man? You cannot put any other nation, you know, who has the energy of Satan so much on them as Esau Edom, man. And he's showing you. You see, their working goes into what? Energy. When you go into the Greek, energia, you know, which goes to what? Energy, man. He's coming in the energy of Satan. He's directly, all right, inspired by Satan, man, you know, to do what he's doing. All right. So, all right, this is from brother Yashima tribe of Judah. 1 Peter 2:9 says, but ye are a chosen generation. See, in the midst of all this chaos, the Most High, all right, had an elect that he chose out of this madness, man. Like, nah, y'all coming with me. You know, y'all gonna be with me. You see? So in the midst of all this, all right, the Most High chose what, man? You know, that they remnant, they elect. Like, nah, I'm pulling y'all out this, and begin with us, him freeing us in the spirit. You see? It said, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. See, now as these people pay homage to Satan, we're giving praises to Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. You know, we was called out of the darkness into this marvelous light, man. You know, and now we're showing forth them praises, you know, not only in word, but in our actions, man, as we withdraw from this place, man, and we tap more into Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai and his righteousness, man. You see? And then when you go to Colossians, all right, this is from the brother Beyond Yasha. It's Colossians 1:12. It says, giving thanks unto the Father, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of saints in light. You see, and you always gotta be thankful, man. The Most High could have left us enchanted by this madness, man. We would be so bugged out by now if he didn't pull us out this darkness, man. You know, but now we're going to be inheritors, Lord willing, we endure. We're going to inherit the kingdom of true light, of true wisdom. You know, verse 13, it said, who have delivered us from the power of darkness. See, because Esau Edom was given a certain jurisdiction of power, you know, to do what he do in the earth, man. You see, but we have been delivered from the power of darkness, man. You see, we delivered from his authority. He doesn't reign. He can't put these enchantments on us, you know, as he did. You know, as long as we stay in within Yahushua, stay plugged into the source, and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear son. Because, you know, we're all right. Lord willing, we endure, man. It's like we're already citizens of the kingdom to come. You know, it's like we're already part of that kingdom. That's why Yahushua say the kingdom is within you. You see, he planted the seed of the kingdom within us, man. So we're already, our mind is already set. Our energy, our body and soul is already, you know, with our energy and soul is already within the new kingdom. Our spirit is within the new kingdom. We're just waiting to get these bodies delivered. You see, and even these bodies gonna be changed. You see. But we already have a mindset of the new kingdom to come. We thirst, all right, for righteousness, as the scriptures say, which is going to be in that new kingdom, man. We thirst for that new way, man. We hate this satanic kingdom. We're vexed by it, man. You know? And just as the brother put, that's it. Well, this is the brother. All right. Stop sharing too. All right, this is the brother. Malachi, servant of Yahushua, Numbers 23 and 20. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, and that's the elect, all right, of Israel. Neither is there any divination against Israel according to time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, will have the Most High wrath. Yeah, see, the Most High is doing a work in the earth where he's forming a righteous empire in the midst, of this wicked empire, man. So this is where we at, man. But as you see, all right, this is a very satanic empire, and it's finna get way worse. It's finna get way worse, man. All right, reality checks is coming, to the earth. All right, and we finna see a lot of wickedness increase on a level that we've never thought, man. Like, if I'm gonna get that, since I said it real quick. 2nd Ezra 14, and all right, this 2nd Ezra 14 and 13 said, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and renounce corruption. So this is the time for us to be more on point than ever, man. This, like I said, this thing, the left hand, all right, is finna go in. It's finna give it all they got, to maintain this power, man. Esau's finna go all in with everything he's got, man, to try to maintain this power. And it says, verse 14, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. Yeah, see, we got to operate on a whole different frequency now. This thing, like we talk about, this is spiritual war. Well, we have to have a spiritual mind frame. You can't think, like a carnal man, caught up in this little tic-tac madness of society. No, we on a whole nother frequency now, man. Things are finna change drastically in the earth, man. And it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. And this is where we're at, man. So I say, be mindful of what you're listening to, what you're watching, who you're around. The spiritual aspect of this war is finna heighten. It's a lot of enchantments. There's a lot of things going on, man. We have to be mindful, be circumspect. So Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters were edified. Once again, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect. Till the next time, I say Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Abba, DTA soon.